DC News Now is your local election headquarters. Virginia's only gubernatorial debate for November's election now in the books.
Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl-Sears and Democrat and former Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger just wrapped up this really fiery debate, several times just speaking right over each other. Take a listen.
She refuses to denounce, and this is why I say you are not
Earl-Sears.
My enemy.
All right, despite the heated back and forth, there were some moments there where they talked about things that really concern families in Virginia.
Yeah, DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us now here in studio. Certainly some fireworks tonight, but Daniel, what are political analysts saying about tonight's debate?
Yeah, absolutely, Chris and Susan. Those analysts saying it's clear from both Republican and Democratic analysts that Winsome Earl-Sears had to come out tonight being aggressive because our latest polling shows she is down 10 points in the race against Abigail Spanberger. Her constant interruptions were seen tonight as a positive from Republicans, where at times it seemed like she was asking more questions of Spanberger than the moderators. A lot of ground was covered, including, of course, Attorney General candidate Jay Jones' text messages about political violence, Spanberger saying she continues to denounce them, but avoided talking about an endorsement. There was also talk about transgender issues, parent involvement in education, and of course the economy. That is by far the biggest issue for voters. Republican strategist Stu Whitson had this to say about Earl-Sears' performance.
She connected Spanberger to the shutdown successfully. And so I think she did a really good job in the short amount of time she had to articulate the facts, which are the current shutdown, which is a lot worse. You know, so you're talking about the Doge cuts. Well, you know what's worse than Doge cuts? The entire government shutting down.
The open, Abigail said.
Whitson says Earl-Sears was articulate and in command. On the flip side, Democratic strategist Ben Tribbett said Earl-Sears did not change the trajectory of the race tonight, especially when it comes to the economy and government shutdown.
The idea that they're going to blame it on Democrats, I think, is laughable, given that the people in Northern Virginia pay attention to what goes on at the federal level. They know exactly what's going on. And I think it's going to fuel an even larger victory for Abigail than she would have had otherwise.
And so, you know, we know that the favorability rating, as it is, favors Abigail Spanberger 51% to 42% for Winsome Earl-Sears. So there's a lot going on here, and this debate was just another chance for people to see them, on a stage together.
Yeah, and Daniel, already 400,000 early votes have been cast, so really they're going after the independents and perhaps the undecided during the debate tonight. Well,
one of the things that the Emerson College Next Star polling showed was that 19% of independents support Abigail Spanberger. That is up a big change, in fact, from January's poll, which actually had Winsome Earl-Sears up by 4% among independents. So when you talk about debates and really whether it actually sways the vote, the independent vote is really what they're looking for.
And when you were talking to these analysts, did they feel like both sides did what they needed to do, that Spanberger did no harm and Earl-Sears kind of got out there and was the attack dog that she needed to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I think from the Democrats' perspective, they thought that Abigail Spanberger really stuck to her points and made her points clear, while as the other side of Winsome Earl-Sears, she really came out attacking. There was, of course, a lot of that crosstalk, but being down by 10 points in our latest poll, both sides kind of agree that, she needed to come out and do something and try something.
Yeah, and we're going to have to wait and see if it works for us, a lot of the independents that still have yet to vote.
Exactly.